Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn how to round to the nearest 10. Before we begin, we have to go over some numbers. So these numbers here in red, these are what I would call our weak numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These numbers are going to indicate whether or not our number is going to stay the same or it's going to round up to the next number. So let's go through these examples. Okay, here we have example number 1, and the example is 12. So here I've underlined the 2 that's in the 1's place value. This 2 is going to tell us whether or not our number in the 10 place value is going to round to the next number, round up to the next number, or if it's going to stay the same. So what did we just learn right now? Is 2 a weak number or is it a strong number? Well, let's refer back to this, and we see that 2 is a weak number. So that means the number is going to stay the same. So our number rounds to 10. Okay, now let's go through example number 2. So example number 2 has number 63. So here I've underlined number 3, which is in our 1's place value. And once again, we need to see if the number in our 1's place value is strong enough to push the number up in the 10's place value. So here we have number 3. Is 3 a strong number or a weak number? Well, here we see 3 here in red, and it is a weak number. So our number is not going to change, it's going to stay the same. So our number in the 10's place value is going to stay the same, and we're going to have number 60 as our answer. So if you've noticed, I've underlined the numbers in red that are in the 1's place value. I'm giving you clues and hints to help you. Okay? So let's do this problem together. Number 11. So what do we know about this number? So we know that number 1 here, that's underlined in red, is in the 1's place value. And we know that 1 is a weak number. So is 1 going to be able to push our number in the 10's place value to the next number? No, it's not, because it's a weak number. So our answer is going to be 10. Okay, let's jump to this problem together. So here we have number 13, and once again, I've underlined number 3, which is in the 1's place value. And this is going to indicate whether this number here can go up. But as we know, 3 is not a strong number, it's a weak number. So it stays the same. So our 1 is not going to change, it's going to stay the same. So our answer is 10 again. Okay, now let's try a different number. Here we have 24. So what are we going to look at? We're going to look at our number in the 1's place value here, that's underlined in red. And we see number 4. Now, is 4 a weak number or a strong number? Is it strong enough to move 2 up to 3? No, it is not, because 4 is a weak number again. So here we know that 2 is going to stay the same. So our answer is 20, because we're going to round to 20. And here we have 32. So we see that 2 is underlined. And is it going to round up to the next number? No, it's going to stay the same, and we're going to get 30 as our answer. And here, our number in the ones place value is 0. So 0 is listed here in our weak numbers. So what's going to happen? Our 4 is going to stay the same, and it's not going to change. So our answer is 40. Okay, so let's move on to what our strong numbers are. We already know that our weak numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this indicates that our number in the tens place value will stay the same. So now let's go over these numbers. If we see these numbers in the ones place value 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, well, that's going to indicate that our number in the tens place value, which is here, is going to go up. These are strong numbers. These are going to push our number up to the next number. So let's go over these examples here. Let's go over example number 1. So here for example number 1, we have number 55. So I've underlined the number in the ones place value, and look what we have here. We have number 5, which is a strong number. So what's going to happen? It's going to push our number in the tens place value, which is 5. It's going to push it up to the next number, and it's going to round up to 60. Okay, now let's try a different number in example number 2. So in example number 2, we have number 17. And we can identify our number in the ones place value, which is here, and it's underlined in green. So we have number 7. Now, is 7 a strong number or a weak number? Well, 7 is a strong number, and we have it listed here. So what does that tell us? That it's going to push up our number that's in the tens place value. It's going to push it up to the next number, and it's going to round up to 20. Good. So let's try these problems here together. Okay? So we have number 15 here. So let's refer back to our strong numbers. So 5 is underlined. And is 5 a strong number or a weak number? Well, it's a strong number. So it's going to push our 1 up to 2, and we're going to round up to 20. Okay, let's do this problem. Number 18. And here we've underlined the number again in the ones place value. And this is going to tell us if we can round up or if our number is going to stay the same. So we see that 8 is a strong number, and that's going to allow us to round up to 20. Okay. And here we have a different number, 29. Now 9 is a strong number. Again, we see that here. And what's going to happen to the 2 if 9 is a strong number? It's going to allow us to round up to 30. Okay, here we have number 37, and we see that 7 is a strong number, so our 3 is going to move up to the next number, which will be 40. So our last problem that we're going to do is 49. So here we see that 9 is a strong number. If we underlined it, the 9 is in the ones place value. So just to review, the 9 is going to allow the number, which is 4, that's in the tens place value, to round up to 50. And I have written these numbers out in green because these are our strong numbers. And I wanted you to identify the strong numbers here. I did the same up here for our weak numbers so that you can identify the weak numbers here, which is letting us know that our number in the 10 place value is not going to change and it's going to stay the same. Okay? Now, feel free to work with your neighbor and try this on your whiteboard. You're going to share the whiteboard, and I want you to use markers of different colors. That way, I'll understand whether or not you understand which numbers are the weak numbers that are going to allow the number to stay the same, and which numbers are the strong numbers that are going to push up the number in the 10th place value. Thank you very much.